guys, welcome back to my channel. This week I am super excited, and if you celebrate Christmas, you're probably just excited as me. I'm gonna show you how I created custom ornaments on Fusion 360 and printed it out on my 3D printer. This was so exciting to do, and I'm excited to show you how. And if you're interested, please keep watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Alright guys, let's get started. So here we are in one of my favorite websites at the moment called Creative Fabrica, and this has a whole bunch of graphics, fonts, and even embroidery files that I've been using the last few months to kind of make projects for people and even things for myself. And I noticed recently that there's a lot of Christmas SVG files where you can make mugs, shirts, 3D prints, and it kind of inspired me to make a custom ornament for Christmas. And as you can see here, I found a wonderful download SVG file that has 35 different snowflake octagonal shapes that can be manipulated to whatever you want. They are super high quality, and when you download the file, it gives you many different options and file types, so you can literally use it for whatever you have in mind. So here it gives you the choice of the AutoCAD file, and that is what I used. It is a DXF file. I then imported it into Adobe Illustrator and scaled it to fit the artboard. So here is all 35 options, and you can kind of go and choose your favorite. I chose about 3 and put it on a separate artboard and file. And I did it at a custom 4 by 4 inches just so I don't have to resize it when I import it into Fusion. Now I'm just kind of going through the different ones that I like and copying and pasting them onto the other artboard that I opened up previously. Once you chose the items that you like, you can just save it back as a DXF file and name the files accordingly so you can find them easily. You can also do the manipulations on Adobe, but I'm trying to kind of familiarize myself with Fusion more, and I find it more exciting, so I kind of wanted to work on that. You find your plane, you import your file, and there you are. There's your snowflake that you chose. And firstly, I'm going to be starting a new component and making a sketch because I want to put that top portion that allows me to put a piece of string through to suspend from my tree. This is pretty easy. I'm just going to use an 3-point arc and offset that to get a little loop. Just gonna trim the edges, and voila! You don't need to make it too big, it just needs to fit a small string. I'm now starting a new sketch and adding a center rectangle so I get a even block across the center. And it doesn't have to be too big, you can do whatever you want, I guess. And then I'm going to add some text. You can manipulate the size of the text, and then you can change the orientation and alignment just so you like where it's at. And you can also put whatever you want on it and change the font. There are many different options, but I didn't like the majority of fonts that they had available. I did try importing a few different fonts from the font, but I've been having a few issues. Maybe I'll figure that out soon just so I have more options. But if that is troublesome, I might just do that on Adobe Illustrator. Now you can choose the height of your object so you can determine how thick it is. And I didn't want to make it too thick. I put it at 0.25 just so it has enough thickness that it won't just snap. And I'm extruding the center rectangle and joining it to my model. I found that extruding the name portion was my best bet, only because if you make a cut through the center, it won't include the center pieces of some of the letters. For example, the O, obviously there's no portion where it can stick, so when you remove the model from the print bed, it's just gonna stay on the build plate along with the E part. So I just thought I would eliminate the hassle and kind of making extensions for those other pieces and just extruding from that little center base plate to make it easy and simple and just done with no support structures. Lastly, I'm just extruding that little loop. And that is pretty much it. I really enjoyed making this quick little project because you're able to make a whole bunch of different options, and this could be something that you put on your presents or whatever you want. There's endless options that you can make because the control is in your hands. And yeah, now I'm just importing it into the Prusa slicer, and we don't need any supports. Everything's good, no overhangs. It's just a flat object. So I hope you guys kind of got the rundown of how I did that. I found it extremely helpful to kind of get a template where I can manipulate to make custom made items. To be completely honest, I got my tree a few weeks ago and didn't really have the time to custom make each ornament from scratch for my tree, since it is 6 feet tall and there's a lot of surface area. So having this little hack using the SVG file definitely saved me tons of time and allowed me to kind of make more with less time. And this is the outcome of the first one that I did. So this says Daniel. This is my brother's name. I'm going to gift my whole family custom made ornaments because they love Christmas. They also have all white decorations on their tree, so I thought that this would make a nice little touch. What I'm gonna use to suspend the ornament on the tree is just this bead thread. You can literally use any threading, string. I also have some twine if you wanna do that as well. It really depends on the look that you're going for the tree. The next one that I made was my name. And this is what I showed in the fusion video. I really liked how it turned out, and I like how it's a different shape from the other one. It kind of gives a little bit of differentiation. They don't all look the same. And recall from the SVG file, there were so many different options, so you can literally make it in any form, any color. All of the control is on you and what you want to do. This is one that I printed off on Thingiverse, and I wanted to go for a gold theme for my tree. I wanted to try a little something different. I took a little trip to my local dollar store, and you'll see in the next clip, but I bought these rubber molds, and lately I've been pretty obsessed with making molds and finding molds, buying them, using them, and I just found like this was so cool just because you can make food, you can make ornaments, you can make whatever. So when I bought this, I had the intentions of making like little snowflakes for either using it as decorations when wrapping my gifts or actually putting it on the tree. And this is kind of how they turned out. I played around immensely. I put like sparkles in it. The detail came out really well. I also made a blue one with some sparkles, a pinkish red with some gold flakes. And this was purely experimental, and I actually kind of like how they came out. And the other mold that I bought was this really big snowflake one. I made a big giant star out of epoxy resin, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. The back has like such a nice clear finish. I also might try to figure out how to put this on top of my tree because that was my original expectation, to use this as the top of the tree star, but it is kind of heavy and flat, so I might have to print something to kind of suspend it on top of the tree, but like, we'll see how it goes. I'll attempt it, and yeah, I'll make it work. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and a happy holiday. Hope you guys have a great one, and I'll see you guys soon.